Chapter 118 from Black Clover is finally out, and Lucifero, he is showcasing that he is that dude. He is that dude that you do not want to mess with. He's showcasing his abilities against Asta while they're both battling. And let me tell you, Lucifero, he's clapping them cheeks. Lucifero is whooping ass. Lucifero is showcasing that he is no one to mess with, because throughout this chapter, Lucifero showed his dominance throughout the whole entire scene in the altercation between Asta. And it was towards the end of this chapter that we see all of the Magic Knights minus Yami and William, because of course they are exhausted and they can't move just due to the fact of the effect of the tree of clip-off taking all of their mana and part of their life force. But with this chapter, oh my gosh, Lucifero is just really insane. But let's begin in the beginning of this chapter. So in the beginning of the chapter, we see Asta driving past by Lucifero, and Liba actually noticed who they're driving past by, and he says, "Hold up, Lucifero, the king of all devils, the one who killed Lucita?" And then so he asks Lucifero, he's like, "Do you remember me?" And he just starts shouting. He just started belittling Lucifero. He says, "You are the one who killed Lucita." And Lucifero is just looking at Liba like, who is this guy? Like, who is this nigga that's actually yelling at me? He's like, "I have no idea who you're talking about. You are trash." He was like, "How am I going to actually remember someone who doesn't have any mana or any magic?" And then as Lucifero, he says that triggered Liba, because Liba at the same time is just getting very, very angry that this person, not only did he killed his mother, but he doesn't even remember or even care that he actually killed and tortured Liba. So Lucifero, he started to go ahead and use his gravity magic to try to sink and to try to crush Asta and Liba, but they were able to hold on their ground, and they were able to do the devil union mode, because Liba, he wants to defeat Lucifero for everything that he has done to him, for everything that Lucifero had took away from Liba. So Asta was just like, "All right, I got you." So they did Devil Union mode. And as they did Devil Union mode, Asta goes straight into Lucifero on the attack. And not he appears and he says, "Hey, Asta, don't make any sudden moves." He was like, "Bro, just stop." But Asta's not listening. Asta is going over to Lucifero to try to go ahead and try to finish him off. And as he used his magic tracking, we see appear the second gate devil, and he's just looking and he's just like, "Hey, for someone who doesn't have any mana, he's able to move against Lucifero's abilities." He's just like, he is such a weirdo. So we go back into Asta. He says it doesn't matter how strong his magic is. Devil Union mode only has 4 minutes. So while Asta, he's about to swing and try to land a hit against Lucifero, Lucifero, such a badass, was able to catch the sword like it was nothing. He was just looking at Asta like, "Really? You're literally going to swing this sword at me? Like, bruh, like, get this toy sword away from me." So as Lucifero, what he did was that he lifted one finger to try to test to see if this sword can actually do damage. So he just moved his finger and gave himself a cut with the tip of his fingertips, and he sees that he was bleeding. So as he see that he was bleeding, Lucifero, as a gangster, was just decided just like, "You piece of filth," and he just knocked Asta all the way up to the ground. Like, just seeing the panel of Asta's face getting punched by Lucifero was just priceless. And Asta is just all the way just flying across the land and crashing down. And at this current moment, we see that the rest of the other people who are being affected by Lucifero's gravity, such as Vanessa, because she brought out Roger to try to save everyone from officially being crushed, because that's why it was pretty much indicated that, you know, why everyone is still on the ground but not 100% dead, because, you know, it does make sense that why Asta, he's able to go ahead and withstand the gravity magic and not. But since Vanessa, she was able to pull out Roger so that everyone can kind of be safe, but they're still on the ground, they can't move. It just kind of just showcased that, you know, Vanessa think very quick. So We get a quick update on Yami's condition because it seems like he's getting weaker and weaker, and by any minute, by the gravity magic of Lucifero, they won't be able to save him because Yami needs to get medical condition thanks to the whole process of the cliff off. So we get cut back into the second gate, and he says that throughout the incomplete of Lucifero's magic and physical abilities are simply unmatched. No matter how strong or unusual it is, an ant can never defeat an elephant, because he is just watching Asta just getting his ass whooped and crashing down through the floor. And Vanessa, she's also watching it because she's the only one that is able enough, besides Not, who can actually see what's going on. And as Asta is crashing down to the floor, she says that if so much has come a little closer, we will be crushed. The second he set his sight on us, it was already over. As she is looking at Lucifero and seeing that Lucifero is literally behind her, she says, just the presence of him alone is enough force for everything down. People, magic, even faith itself. This is the king of devils. All he did was punch me, and yet I can't see straight. Asta is just really is literally freaking out at this current moment, because this man, he realized that Lucifero, the king of all devils, he cannot withstand him. That the fact that Lucifero punched him and Asta can't get up, this is just a real bad sign, because not even Devil Union mode can stop Lucifero. Like, bro, the fact that he says just one punch and he can't even see straight. And Asta, he is trying to figure out any way as possible to try to, like, you know, get up and try to go ahead and defeat him, because he's running out of time. He only got 4 minutes, which indicates that when Asta, he did his Devil Union mode, while he's tried to go ahead and defeat the worm form of Lucifero, he only did it for a minute. So that attack and that demon slasher ability, he only did it in 1 minute, and then revert back into his normal self, because it does make sense to why Asta was able to go ahead and do Devil Union mode right then and there when he saw Lucifero, and why he only got 4 minutes. So while Asta, he's contemplating on life and trying to figure out what to do, he hears someone saying that this little runt give it all that he has. Let's join him, shall we? And we see all of the Magic Knights captain appear, and we see Marileona appear, and then they're all ready to go ahead and throw hands against Lucifero. We see Jack, we see Charlotte, we see Real, we see Dorothy, we see Figolion, we see Noel's brother, we see Marileona, and they all want that smoke. They all want to go ahead and try to attack and defeat Lucifero. And we see Asta, he's in shock because he's just seeing all the Magic Knights captains surrounding him, and they all have his back. And that's just pretty much how the chapter ends. While we see that the Magic Knights and Asta, they're going to be facing against Lucifero in the next chapter. So Asta is getting help, and it indicates that this is going to be another team up, that Asta, he's going to need a lot of people who's going to have his back to actually defeat, because Asta alone won't be enough to go ahead and defeat Lucifero. He's going to need everyone on his side, and even more with the Magic Knights captain. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter, because this chapter was amazing. It showcased Lucifero and his strength, and he is someone that you should not mess with. But let me know down in the comment section what was your favorite moment, how you guys feel like the outcome of this battle is going to be. And if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful and safe holiday. All right, peace.